Hello, I'm Mrs. Sutliff, and in this video I'll be teaching you about the 6 different nonfiction text structures that we will be using to find the main idea of the nonfiction text we read. Your learning targets are: I know the 6 different nonfiction text structures. I can use signal words to identify a nonfiction text structure. And I can use text structure to help me identify the main idea of a text. Here's a quick overview of 5 nonfiction text structures, starting with sequence, which is an order of events, much like a story, but can also match a nonfiction historical text. Compare and contrast, where you compare and find similarities between two things. Problem and solution, where you look at a problem and possible solutions. Cause and effect, where usually the effect is given first, followed by the causes. And description, which is the most common nonfiction text structure, where a topic is just simply described. This page is in your blue booklet, so it's very helpful to look for signal words while you're reading a nonfiction text, such as the ones listed on the side here. The next page in your blue booklet looks like this. There are tips for determining a nonfiction text structure. With sequence, you should ask yourself, is there an event taking place over time? There may be dates, references to time, or steps to follow. With compare and contrast, you should ask yourself, is there something being compared? And maybe 2 or more things. The article would probably include how the things are the same and how they are different. With problem and solution, you should ask yourself, is there a problem? And is the author talking about a possible solution to the problem? With cause and effect, you should ask yourself, what happened and why did it happen? Look for a cause and its effect. Sometimes the effect is given first. This is different than a problem and a solution. With description, you should ask yourself, is there a specific person, place, thing, or idea being described? You might look for topic words or phrases or synonyms or descriptors. You might feel like you were learning a lot about a topic. And last but not least, persuasive. You should ask yourself, is the author trying to make me agree with his or her ideas? Look for a claim with reasons to support the opinion and evidence to provide reasons for that opinion. Okay, so this is also in your blue booklet, examples, very, very brief examples of how you can do a different text structure with the same big idea. The big idea is goosebumps, and each of these lettered here on the right match a certain text structure. So A, goosebumps make me shiver, but they disappear as soon as I cover up with a jacket or sweater. Now I'm looking for what is the purpose of this little 2-sentence blurb here. I don't feel like it's describing goosebumps, so I'm going to say it's probably not descriptive. I don't feel like it's really giving steps in order for like how do goosebumps develop, so it's probably not sequence. It's not really comparing something to goosebumps, so I don't think it's compare and contrast. Maybe it could be cause and effect. Goosebumps make me shiver. That could be the effect. Oh, no, because then it says they disappear as soon as I cover up with a jacket or sweater. So that almost sounds like a solution to a problem. Oh, so maybe A is problem and solution. Oh, yes, the problem is goosebumps are making me shiver. And so my solution is that I can make goosebumps go away by putting on a jacket or sweater. Okay, so A is 5. Okay, let's look at B. Goosebumps make me shiver. When the temperature drops below 45 degrees, my skin crinkles into goosebumps. Okay, so that could be descriptive because it's describing what the goosebumps look like, but it seems like there'd maybe be more descriptions if it was descriptive. And that one's kind of hard sometimes to figure out. So I'm going to keep thinking. I know it's not problem and solution, but maybe it's maybe it could be sequence. Is there an event taking place over time? No, I don't think that's what it is. Again, I don't feel like it's comparing and contrasting. Maybe this one is cause and effect. Goosebumps make me shiver. Maybe shivering is the effect of getting goosebumps. What is the cause then? Oh, when the temperature drops below 45 degrees, that could be the cause, and then you get goosebumps. Okay, so I'm going to say B is 4. Moving on to C. Goosebumps make me shiver. I get little bumps on my skin. They look like sesame seeds. Okay, that sounds like descriptive, because it's describing what the goosebumps look like. So C is 2. Okay, I'm almost done. D. Goosebumps make me shiver. First I get cold, then the goosebumps appear on my skin. Finally, I shiver all over. You know, that actually sounds a lot like sequence, because you've got first, then, and finally. It sounds like steps in order. So I'm going to say that one's sequence. And I'm not just going to assume the last one is compare and contrast. I'm going to check and make sure. So it says E. Some people get goosebumps from fear. Others get goosebumps when they are touched emotionally. Most people get goosebumps when they are cold. Oh, so here we're not comparing something to goosebumps, but we're comparing the different ways that you can get goosebumps. So that definitely sounds like compare and contrast to me. Okay. Okay, now the longer your text gets, the more complicating it can be to identify the nonfiction text structure. It's a really good idea to have your blue booklet on hand while you're reading a nonfiction text if you need to identify the structure, because you can look for those signal words and you can think more about those look-fors and tips. Okay, that's it for your intro on text structures. Good luck in figuring out the frog text that you'll be getting for your assignment.